Hi everybody, welcome back to the SeeSaw and another week of family meals. So we're starting this week nice and simple with a Mayflower chicken curry. So this is using the Mayflower Chinese style chicken powder, which is the medium. We have just bought some of the very hot. We're going to try that. But I had one portion left in the medium tub, so I've used that up tonight. And it's got chicken, mushroom, onions and peas in it. We've got it with some white rice and some naan breads. So a really simple supper to start the week. Hi everybody, so it is Tuesday night and tonight we're having taco mac, which is a take on a popular American dish called chili mac, which is essentially chili meat mixed with macaroni. This is taco, so it's a similar concept but making it with taco meat. Super simple. Brown package of mince. Once that's nicely browned, you want to stir in a can of chopped tomatoes. If I were in the States, I would use Rotel, which has the chopped jalapenos in with the tomatoes, or chilies in with the tomatoes. So I just added a few chopped jarred jalapenos in there as well. And then I added liquid wise, you want about 3 cups of liquid. So I used a cup of chicken stock, a cup of milk to give it a creamier texture, and a cup of passata to give it a bit more of a rich tomatoey flavour. Stir that all together. Add in a package of taco seasoning, or if you use a large tub or you make up your own, just a serving's worth of that. And stir that all through. Stir in some macaroni. I've got the little elbow macaronis here, so they only take about 10 minutes to cook. So you stir those through, bring it up to a simmer, put a lid on the pan, let it cook for sort of the cooking time until the pasta is cooked. So I let this go for about 12 minutes, but you just want to keep an eye on it so it doesn't overcook. And then when it's cooked, you just stir through a couple of good handfuls of grated cheese. So you've got all the flavours of taco in there, but with pasta. The only thing I wish I'd picked up was some tortilla chips to have with this or something like that. I'm going to have a bit of salad on the side of mine, as it's just got the tomatoes in, no extra vegetables, but you could certainly add peppers, corn, anything like that into this dish and still maintain the taco flavourings. So that's a quick and simple taco mac for a Tuesday night. Hi everybody, so it is Wednesday night and I am so looking forward to this meal tonight. So back in the States there's a restaurant chain called the Cheesecake Factory. And it's amazing as it sounds. It has a whole menu of cheesecakes for desserts, but it also has a really amazing menu of main courses, like 20 pages or something of options for main courses. And their pasta dishes are amazing. So the chicken pasta dishes were my favourites. There was a Louisiana chicken pasta dish that had breaded chicken or battered chicken in it with lots of Cajun flavourings, and then there was something called Pasta Da Vinci, which is chicken, mushrooms, red onions and a madeira wine sauce. And so I have created a version of that for dinner tonight. Now, hard to make it look pretty on a phone camera in the kind of artificial light, but this is so tasty. So if you do a search online for Cheesecake Factory Pasta Da Vinci, you'll find all kinds of copycat recipes. This is just my preferred one. I've cooked up some chicken breast just with a little bit of salt and pepper and took that out of the pan, cooked up some red onion for about 5 minutes, added some chopped mushrooms or sliced mushrooms to that for about another 5 minutes until vegetables were nice and cooked, took those out of the pan. Then I added a little bit of butter, some flour, I like 2 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon of flour. So I didn't want a thick sauce, I just wanted a saucy sauce, if you know what I mean. And then to that I added a cup of Madeira wine, which you could use masala, you could use sherry at a push, it wouldn't quite be the same flavour. You want to let it sizzle and bubble away. Just it will incorporate the flour really quickly because because of the alcohol, so you don't have the clumping issues with it. But you want to let it sizzle away, and once it's sort of sizzling, you want to add in half a cup of double cream and half a cup of chicken stock, so another cup of liquid altogether. And then just let that simmer away for about 5 minutes. It will thicken slightly, although not a lot. You want to keep giving it a stir, and then it will allow the alcohol to evaporate off from the Madeira wine, so you're not drinking a whole cup of wine in your dinner. And then you just gradually introduce everything back. So I put a little bit of garlic in. Actually, when I did the onions and mushrooms, I added a little bit of garlic in at that point. And then you want to take it off the heat, stir in some Parmesan cheese. I just used a big handful, probably about half a cup of grated Parmesan. Stir that through, and then gradually incorporate back in your mushrooms and onions first. Give that a little stir for a minute or two. Add in the chicken, another couple of minutes, and then stir in some cooked pasta. Typically you'd use something like a penne or a rigatoni for this, but you can use whatever pasta you've got really. And then just stir it all together. I stirred through a sprinkle of hot chili flakes, just because, but I could eat this whole pan of this. I think it's such one of my favourite restaurant meals from the States. And this is pretty good copycat. It's a pretty good version of it. So although it doesn't look very attractive in there because it's all the same colour, there are mushrooms, there are red onions hidden in there. There's obviously the chicken. So there's some extra goodies hiding in the pasta there. And I probably won't have anything extra with it, any salad or anything. I'm just going to enjoy a nice big bowl of this tonight because I really feel like it's comfort food for me. So off to enjoy this on a Wednesday night. Hi everybody, so it is Friday night and tonight we've got quick and simple chicken parmesan. So this is some spaghetti cooked up, mixed with some jarred pasta sauce and some mozzarella, put into the base of a casserole. We've topped it with some breaded chicken steaks, poured a little bit more of the sauce over the top of that, and then some more mozzarella and some grated parmesan on top. So that's mine, that is Caleb's. Really quick and simple, using a lot of shortcuts, which sometimes you need some of those sorts of recipes in your recipe book, to just take lots of shortcuts, use pre-packaged ingredients, but still get something quite tasty on the plate. Didn't record last night, completely forgot to record last night. We had the pork with ramen noodles last night. So that was just some strips of pork that we stir-fried with a package of frozen stir-fried vegetables. And then I made a simple sauce out of 1/4 cup of soy sauce with 2 tablespoons each of Worcestershire sauce and ketchup, 2 teaspoons of sugar and a sprinkle of red chili flakes, and combined that all together to make a sauce, poured it over the finished stir-fry, and then I cooked up 2 little packages of the quick noodles, like the ramen noodles. That's what they call in the States. Here in the UK, they're kind of the little packages of like chicken noodles and curry noodles and things like that. 2 of those, just cooked those up and broke them up into small pieces so they stirred through the stir fry really easily. So that was last night's dinner. This is tonight's dinner. Now we're all caught up. Hi everybody, Saturday evening and ultimate comfort food supper tonight. So we've got some Cumberland sausages. These are just the Aldi regular Cumberlands. I've got baked potatoes, jacket potatoes, a little bit of butter on them and some grated cheese. And then I've got my what I call ultimate baked beans, but this is the easy way of doing them. So this is just 2 cans of baked beans. I put into a casserole dish with some chopped bacon that I'd fried up I chopped it and then fried it, if you know what I mean, in the skillet, just to get it a little bit crispy. Stirred that through, some chopped red onion as well, and then I added some ketchup and mustard and some brown sugar, a little squirt of maple syrup and some Worcestershire sauce. So combined that all together, popped it in a 160 fan oven for about an hour just to let all those flavours combine. So it's kind of like American style barbecue beans is the best way I can describe it. I just call them the ultimate beans because they've got a bit of everything in them. So that is our comfort food supper for a Saturday night. Hi everybody. So today, Sunday, Valentine's Day, I'm taking the approach of it ain't broke, don't fix it today. This is exactly the dinner we had last Sunday, but we all really enjoyed it. And so I've just rehashed it this week. So this is the chicken legs, which have just been roasted in the oven with a little bit of season oil on them. The Italian roasted potatoes, which are the ones that I do with a little bit of olive oil, Italian seasoning, garlic powder and Parmesan cheese. And I've cooked them in the active fryer so they get nice and crispy. And then we've got some steamed vegetables and gravy. So that is mine and that is Caleb's. And then I've been dessert baking again today. So if I just swoosh over here, this is the dessert that I've made for us for Valentine's Day. It's a Eton Mess cheesecake. It's a no-bake cheesecake. So it uses 3 tubs of cream cheese with a 300ml tub of cream, double cream. I used about 100 grams, perhaps close to 150 grams of icing sugar, just to sweeten the whole mixture up. And then I also put in a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste to give it a really good vanilla-y flavour. Then I stirred through some chopped strawberries, which you can see in there. Strawberries weren't great. Obviously, it's not strawberry season. This is ideally a summer sort of cheesecake when you've got nice, fresh, ripe strawberries. But as they were being chopped up to go inside, I didn't really mind. Then I made these little meringues myself. This is 3 egg whites. And then I used about 150 grams of caster sugar, gradually mixing it into the egg whites until they were nice and glossy and stiff. And then I took a piping bag, and inside the piping bag I kind of used the red food colouring gel, and I just did 3 stripes of it down the inside of the piping bag and put the big wide just plain round nozzle in the bag, and then piped the meringue out onto baking sheets so that they got these kind of red and pinky hues to them, and just popped them in the oven, a really low oven, 90 Celsius fan, 100 Celsius if you're not using fan, an hour and a half, and then turn the oven off and just leave it completely alone. Don't open the oven, don't check them, don't do anything until the oven's cold, and then that maintains the crispiness. If you take them out earlier, you get that kind of gooey meringue, which is not what I wanted for this. So I've just piped some cream around the top, popped some of the meringue shells on the top of that. You can see I've got some more here left. And what I'm going to do, because it's eat and mess, is as I take a slice of this, I'm going to crumble a couple of these meringues over the top. If I put them on, they might go soggy. I was thinking about crushing them and sprinkling them over the top there, but they might go a bit soggy. So I'm just going to keep them nice and crisp like this, and then when we have a piece, we can put some crushed meringue on the top. So that is our Valentine's Day dessert. We hope you've had a lovely Valentine's Day, whatever you've been doing, even if you've been by yourself. We hope you've given yourselves lots of love. And we thank you for joining us for this week of meals, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.